Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another installment of BrickWall Reviews, or as we're calling it for this month, and especially today, BrickWall Horror. Happy Halloween. It is Halloween Day as of this recording, and right now I'm here to talk to you about the movie Pearl. I got a lot of reviews coming up today on this Halloween day, so make sure y'all stay tuned to the channel. I'm just having a great time, and it's leading up to a very special review that I have coming up later on tonight. So make sure you guys stay tuned. And the best way to stay tuned to make sure that you know about these videos is to, like I said before, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you comment down below, hit that like button if you enjoyed this review, and follow us on all forms of social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch, and and also make sure you keep your eyes peeled over to the Instagram page, because over there are many reviews for a lot of different horror movies that I wasn't able to cover over here on the main channel, and just some that I maybe didn't have too much to say about, and some pretty decent ones. They're just going to keep piling up over there and over here too. So the best way to know about these videos is to subscribe and follow. And so without further ado, I'm going to get into this movie, Pearl. So I have been wanting and waiting to talk about this for so long, and this is one of the movies on this list for this year's BrickWall Horror that I pushed off just till now, because I was like, all right, this would be perfect for the Halloween season. Give me something. And if I'd have known then that so many good horror movies and horror specials and everything would have been coming out, I would have just done it then. But we're here now. So Pearl is a movie about a girl who's trapped on an isolated farm, and she must tend to her ailing father under the watch of her mother. Lusting for the glamorous life she's seen in movies, Pearl's temptations and repressions collide. So if you follow me on Instagram, which you should, you will see that I did the review for a film called X. X is, you can say, connected to, X is connected to this movie in such that this movie is a prequel to the movie X in regards to it being about the old lady that was in that movie, who was played by Mia Goth. And here, the younger version of Pearl is also played by Mia Goth. And Mia Goth also had a role in the movie X as a completely different character. Again, Mia Goth. But and the next movie that's coming out in this trilogy of sorts, if you will, is going to star Mia Goth. So this is practically Mia Goth's entire franchise, and this shows the origins, not just the origins of her character, but in all honesty, as someone who hasn't really seen, I don't think I've seen anything with Mia Goth in it, knowing that was Mia Goth until I saw X, and definitely not until I saw Pearl. And the next one's called Maxine. I was trying to remember the name. The next one's called Maxine. I'm really looking forward to seeing that, because Mia Goth in this movie puts on such an amazing performance. Oh my gosh. Like, I know y'all see the thumbnail for this video. If not, make sure you get a good look at that thumbnail. Yo, that is from, and I'll get to that in a second, but man, that right there, that moment right there, she held it down for the actress. Like, she held it down for the actors. I ain't gonna hold you. Mia Goth, and she's a young girl too. She's young. I think she's like in her early 20s, if that. Let me see. Mia Goth is, how old is this young lady? She's 30. Wow. Oh, and happy belated birthday. Her birthday was on October 25th. She just turned 30. Shout out to Mia Goth. I'm older than her. We're about the same age though, but I'm older than her by a couple months. That's pretty dope. That's pretty dope indeed. Oh, no, she's been exercised the buff. Never mind. Well, that's just peachy. But anyway, this isn't about Mia Goth's personal life. This is about how great of a job she's done in this film. So this movie stars Mia Goth, David Cornsweet, who, if that name does sound a little bit familiar to those of you out there in the movie sphere, he is set to play Superman in the new James Gunn version of Superman. That will be the new DCU continuity. Just a little something that you guys should know there. Just a little fun fact. Austin Sewell, Emma Jenkins, Tandy Wright, Matthew Sunderland, and Amelia Reed, amongst many, well, not many, but a few others. So as I said before, this movie is based on the character of Pearl that was seen in X only as an older lady, but this time this movie portrays her as younger, gives her origin, tells why she was acting that way in the movie. She's basically a young girl who had ambitions to dance, to sing, to be famous. But her mother was just like, no, that's sin. That's lustful. You'll never do it. No, they weren't telling she didn't sound like that, but she was more like, that's sin, and you'll never do it. You'll never be that, because that's the devil's work. And her father being pretty much like paralyzed, he had like this really crazy disease and anything like that, so he really couldn't like speak or really do anything. He was just like, he's a vegetable. That's what I'm looking for to say. He's vegetable. So he's a vegetable. He's in a vegetative state. So he really can't like say anything or do anything. He's just sitting there just the whole time. The whole time Pearl's mom was talking cold cash shit and not allowing her to go for her dreams and all this other stuff. She's just like, I have to take care of him. And I don't want to have to take care of you, so a whole bunch of crazy stuff. So anyway, Pearl, she sneaks out and goes to see this movie. And when she goes to see this movie, she meets this guy. The projectionist is what he's known as, and I think that ends up being her husband in X, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not really quite sure. I never looked into it, but she meets him. He kind of encourages her to to go out and pursue acting and pursue her goals. And he's like the first person she has like an intimate relationship with. Yes, they do bang each other. She also has this really deep emotional connection with him. What happens is that she's pretty much encouraged to go out and audition for this role. Her and her friend are auditioning for it. And it's just about her. I can tell you this much. I'm not really going to spoil much about the movie. Y'all know I don't really spoil much. I've been accused here of spoiling many of times, but I try to do my best not to. Hi, viewers. But all right. So, yeah. So she goes to the audition. She doesn't get the part. Her friend does. But, man, it's like from that point, it's like you kind of see it growing slowly. But at that point right there, she really snaps and becomes this, fully embraces the fact that she's becoming the person who she's becoming by the end of this film. And I'm not going to really dive too much into it. Of course, yes, especially with how I talked about it in X, yes, she does turn out to be a murderer, but it's just the way things transpire and the way things happen is just really, really crazy. And it's very, very interesting, honestly. It was such a fun watch. The part I'm talking about with thumbnail that really got, because first of all, this movie's kind of filmed, it got like that grainy film a little bit at certain parts and everything, but it's kind of filmed and presented as an older movie, like you would see something in the 40s, like where, before the movie starts, like when the movie starts, they'll have the grandiose orchestra, dun, 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 dun. Like that, like playing over the credits, and credits are all fancy and stuff like that, like Wizard of Oz or something like that. So it's kind of plays out like an older movie. And the ending, I'm not spoiling anything when I talk about the ending, but the ending, Mia Goth holds it down. Like I said, the thumbnail that you guys see me use, that is literally like the end credits are rolling, and she's just and like the whole time she's doing that, her face is starting to look like she's becoming in distress, and it's like she starts to tear up a little bit. And mind you, the whole time she's and like while she's doing that, it's like you can see her descending into madness. And it's like she's doing that with the biggest smile on her face, and it's all just portrayed through there. Why do I think that's amazing? I think that's amazing because if I do recall correctly, that happens for the entire duration of the credits. From the moment the credits start to the moment the credits end. That is all you are looking at while the credits are rolling. They're rolling over that footage of her. It's not like repeated footage. As far as I'm concerned, it's not repeated footage. It's not stock footage. It's not footage put on a loop. That's repeated footage. It's not, you know what I'm saying? It's not just, slowed down footage or anything. Like, she's holding that face, holding that laugh, holding that character for that long, and just not saying anything, just with that smile and that descent into, this is what am I becoming? Help me, and the tears coming out. She's Like just like even sometimes she'll kind of like lose a smile just for a second, and then she'll bring the smile right back. It's insane. That's the part where I'm sitting. I'm like, oh my gosh! And after everything you see that happens before that, you're just like, oh my gosh, this bitch is going crazy. So definitely, like if you don't watch this movie for anything else, watch it to see that payoff at the end. Because man, like when I say she goes, and it's like you can understand why she does it, because it's like, why is her mom being such a bitch? Like, let the girl go and act like, and then like her mom's taking stuff out on her that it's not really Pearl's fault. Pearl's just trying to live her life, and she just can't, and it's suffocating. She doesn't know how to express that, and that just turns her into something just like the person that she ends up becoming. And it's just so it's definitely considered a slasher. So you do get your fair share of good kills. Just one kill in there that's just like, woo, like that whole moment was just like, that was something. And the way it was filmed, and the way it was acted, and then the way the music was doing the crescendo and everything, it was, man, that was tough. That was tough. So this movie, like I said, is really, really good, man. I wish I would have reviewed it when I first thought to, but this was the perfect movie to review for the Halloween season, because this was such a fun movie to watch. It was it was kind of it was very suspenseful, and I left out this movie like, well, I don't want to cross paths with this girl and do anything to piss her off, or I don't want to catch her on the wrong day because that's my ass. Like, so it's very, very good to watch. I watched it on Hulu. As I've mentioned before, I do have Showtime through Hulu, so that's how I watched it. If you have Showtime, it's on Showtime. Again, if you have the Hulu with Showtime, it's there. Anything you got that has a Showtime add-on, it's there. So that's where most of the A24 movies play too, which this is an A24 movie as well. Just want to throw that out there. You know, A24 makes a lot of good movies, and this is one of them. So overall, though, I think this movie is really, really good. And I'm not the only person who thinks that this movie's good. And you know what I haven't done in a long time? I haven't talked about like my likes and dislikes. Like definitely, certainly, definitively talked about them. Everything I just said is what I like about the film. I like that it's for it to be a prequel or an origin story to a character that you don't see until the later stages of their lives, because that's how you're introduced to them. It's really good. It's really good as an origin story for a character. It's really good as a prequel. It stands on its own, so you don't really even have, like, watching X and seeing X is more of it enhances it. As opposed to, you have to see Pearl in order to understand X, or you have to see X in order to understand Pearl. No, they both kind of just enhance each other. But they're both just fun watches, and this is definitely just a fun watch, just as a standalone film. And I'm not the only person who finds enjoyment out of this movie either, because this movie here, on Rotten Tomatoes, it has a 93%. So critics loved it. And on IMDb, it has a 7 out of 10. Me personally, I give this movie, I give it a 4.8 out of 5 stars. I do think it was really good. I thought it was fun. At times it wasn't always the strongest movie, but it's nearly my score. My score isn't really, sorry, my door, something going on my door. But it wasn't, my score isn't indicative of anything I didn't like about the movie. It's just not a 5 for me, but it is a 4.8. I would have given it a 5, but just literally only because that credit sequence is just crazy to me. But other than that, though, it's definitely a 4.8. But it's definitely a good watch. Check it out if you can. It's called Pearl. It's on Hulu with your Showtime subscription, or anywhere you have a Showtime subscription, whether you have the app, through Paramount Plus, through Prime Video. Make sure you can check it out. Find a way to check it out. It's definitely worth the watch. And I can't wait to see the conclusion of this trilogy, Maxine, when it releases. I can't wait for that. I can't wait. So anyway, that's all I have for you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you guys stay tuned to the channel over here and on YouTube for more Halloween specials. More Halloween movie talks as we wrap up this here BrickWall horror season. And remember, leave a like down below, comment down below, let me know what you think. And until next time, be easy, be spooky, trick or treat. Peace.